Nowadays, a lot of people on the internet will be quick to say that college is a scam, that it's a waste of money, but they'll then try to sell you their course. Well, statistically speaking, college graduates do earn more money. Now, after doing some self-reflection and even asking some friends and incoming college freshmen, here are 8 lessons you need to know before college with actual practical advice. So listen up. Okay, so starting off at number 1, learn to be your own best friend. The first weeks of the fall semester are going to be when every freshman tries to desperately find friends. People will be super outgoing during this time, but after that, most of them will stop trying to meet new people and give up on new friendships. Everyone will eventually find their own friend group they can fit in with. At least for the first year, you've got to learn to be your own best friend. Not every weekend is going to be a crazy party. And number 2, no classes past 5 p.m. if possible. Obviously, if you take classes that only meet at night and there's no other option for you, you have to take that class. I'm more so saying don't go out of your way to purposely choose a class past 5 p.m. And if you do have a class at that time, make sure that that was your only option. I say this because most club meetings or events happen past 5 or 6 p.m. when the majority of people have ended class, and you don't want to be rushing out of class to make it to a meeting or an event, especially if you haven't eaten anything. It's also better to get done with class in the morning and early afternoon, so you have the rest of the day to yourself, whether you spend that time studying, meeting new people, or going to new places. That's up to you. Number 3, a common question that I always see is laptop or iPad. And to be honest, I've seen people with laptops and iPads, or just iPads, and even those laptops that are touchscreens, so they can be used as both. It's more just a question of can you afford both, and is it actually useful or reasonable to get both, or just one. To play it safe though, I would get a touchscreen laptop just to make sure it has all the requirements needed. 4, take classes with higher professors rather than shit professors at good times. There's a reason why some professors' classes get filled up so fast. I would take a class at 8 a.m. with a good or chill professor rather than a class at 11 a.m. with a terrible professor. You can use websites like Rate My Professor and read reviews and see your professor's overall rating. I would read all the reviews first to get a general vibe of the professor and aim for anyone with above a 3.5 rating. But if you have to choose from a bunch of low-rated professors, just pick the highest rated out of all of them and hope for the best. 5, communicate with your roommate and try to avoid unnecessary conflict. You don't have to be best friends with your roommate, but it's good to be on good terms with them and overall just be a good person. Make sure to set boundaries and to be understanding at the same time. The last thing you want is to spend a whole semester with someone that secretly hates you and you have to share a room with them. 6, now this one is actually kind of a life hack, and it's to sit at the end of the rows during lectures. And you want to avoid the front row unless you're trying to ask a lot of questions, and you want to avoid the back row if you're actually trying to pay attention in class. Okay, the reality is that if you get to class on time, you will be sitting in the back, and at that point you might as well just walk right back out. It's hard to pay attention from the back, and it's even harder to see the board and ask questions. If you're bold enough to sit in the front, I say go for it, since most people get to lectures 10 to 15 minutes early to grab good seats. I recommend sitting anywhere but the back, so either in the middle or even in the front, but make sure you grab an end seat. That way you can easily walk out when it's time to go, or if you just want to leave. It might feel weird, but from my experience, no one cares if you walk out mid-lecture. Everyone is just focused on themselves. No one cares. 7, there's so many clubs to choose from, and you should get involved in not as many as possible, just the ones you really enjoy. Clubs and extracurricular activities are a great way to meet new people and make new friends with the same interests as you. They always have at least one club fair during this, and it's a good time to explore your interests and find new hobbies. Instead of staying in your dorm all the time, you can get involved in sports or club activities so you can stay entertained in a healthy way. Last one, number 8, try to get out of the campus bubble, not just on holidays. If you're in your home state, or even if you're out of state, you should try to explore the area outside of your campus. Especially if you go to a school in a major city, it's always fun to go out on the weekends and explore new spots. There's time to study and there's time to have fun and relax. It's just about how you manage your time. Now, a few honorable mentions that I just thought are kind of important and a bit overlooked is make sure to set timers for your laundry. You don't want anybody taking out your laundry. You don't want anybody stealing your clothes. And also stay active. You want to avoid gaining weight, especially with all the food at the dining hall. That's terrible if you ask me, but some people eat that up. And I recommend going to the gym, the school gym, at least 3 times a week. For me, the school gym is included in the tuition, so I'm paying to not go, which makes no sense. So most of you are probably in the same situation where the school gym and activities are counted in tuition, so I recommend you go and get your money's worth. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at TheBetterAlex to see my day-to-day life as a college student and up-and-coming YouTuber. If you have any comments or suggestions for a new video, please leave them down below, and thank you for watching. Bye.